Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ibrahim Panjazano. So, on this question, I'm going to explain the material about the appeal to authority of English. Okay. The appeal to authority in English is refers to a persuasive technique where someone supports an argument by citing an authoritative figure, institution, or source as evidence. And while it can sometimes strengthen an argument, it can also be fallacious if the authority side is not truly an expert in the relevant field, or if the authority's expertise is misapplied. And here's a breakdown of the key ideas in which this historical approach is used. Then, the main idea of appeal to authority in the influence of English. The first is colonial and imperial authority. During the colonial era, English-speaking powers like Britain and later the United States established their dominance across vast regions of the world, bringing the English language into administrative, educational, and social system. English was positioned as the language, governance, and modernity, making it a tool of colonial power. This created a perception that proficiency in English was synonymous with progress, civilization, and access to privilege, embedding its authority in the societies it touched. And the second is educational. Prestigious educational institutions such as Oxford and Cambridge in the United Kingdom and later Harvard and MIT in the United States became a symbol of academic excellence and intellectual authority. These universities, operating predominantly in English, created a global standard for education that further elevated the language status. The dominance of English in research and scholarly publications meant that aspiring academics worldwide had to engage with English to gain credibility effectively, establishing the language as a gateway to international academic recognition. And the third is economic and technological authority. With the rise of industrial and later technological innovation, English-speaking nations like the United States position themselves as leader in global economics and technology. Companies such as Google, Apple, and Microsoft not only develop groundbreaking technologies, but also standardize English as the primary language for communication, software interface, and then programming. This created a dependency on English for individuals and businesses seeking to participate in the global economy, making it nearly impossible to engage in modern commerce or technology without English proficiency. And then is cultural and popular media authority. So the global influence of Hollywood films, American and British pop music, and English language social media platform has created a widespread association between English and cultural relevance. Hollywood blockbuster, for instance, dominate international box office, often overshadowing local film industries, while English-speaking artists like Adele and Taylor Swift have global fan base. By consuming this media, audiences worldwide are not only entertained, but also subtly conditioned to see English as the language of modernity, aspiration, and global communication. And then is official status in international organization. Many influential global organizations, including the United States or UN, the World Health Organization or WHO, and the North Atlantic Treaty Organization or NATO, have designated English as one of their primary working language. This decision, rooted in the geopolitical power of English-speaking nations, has positioned English as an essential tool for diplomacy and international collaboration. And the use of English in this context further reinforces its authority by making it the language of decision making in critical global issues from health crisis to security policies. So the next point is how to appeal to authority is used in the influence of English. The first is through international educational standards. English is often presented as a necessary skill for accessing higher education opportunities, particularly in prestigious institutions around the world. Standardized tests like TOEFL and IELTS are widely recognized and required for admission to universities in English. In English-speaking countries, making English a barrier that students must overcome to pursue their academic dreams. And by associating English proficiency with academic success and global opportunities, these standards perpetuate the appeal to authority, encouraging individuals to prioritize English over their native language. The second is English in regulation and policies. Many countries adopt English as a second official language or implement bilingual education policies, often citing its global importance and utility. For example, governments may argue that introducing English into the school curriculum will better prepare students for international career or global competitive. This This reliance on English in national policies reflects its perceived authority, which often overshadows the value of local language and cultures. The third is promotion of English by influential figures. The prominent global leaders and thinkers have often emphasized the importance of English as a unifying and empowering language. Figures like Nelson Mandela have spoken about how English serves as a tool for accessing global knowledge and communication. Similarly, Barack Obama has used his platform to highlight the role of English in fostering international understanding and cooperation. Such endorsement from respected figures solidify the perception that English is a vital skill for success in the modern world. And the fourth is professional and business standards. Professional and business standards. English has become the lingua franca of international business, with many multinational companies requiring employees to demonstrate English proficiency regardless of their location. Job interview, corporate communications, and professional training programs often prioritize English, citing its utility as the language of global trade and collaboration. This creates professional standards that enforce English as a necessity for career advancement in nearly every industry. And the next point is criticism of appeal to authority in the influence of English. The first is cultural domination. The widespread promotion of English often result in the marginalization of local language and also culture. As English becomes a dominant force, smaller language risk extinction, leading to a loss of cultural diversity. And critics argue that this form of linguistic imperialism undermines the identity and heritage of communities worldwide, perpetuating a global monoculture. And second is inequality of access. While English is often presented as a tool for empowerment, not everyone has equal access to quality English education. Socioeconomic disparities mean that those from less privileged backgrounds may struggle to learn English, further widening the gap between those who can and cannot participate in global opportunities. This reliance on English as a universal language exacerbates existing inequalities. And the third point is bias utilization. So the elevation of English as the dominant global language is often tied to the economic and political agendas of English-speaking nations. By promoting English as a necessity for international success, these countries maintain their influence and control over global system, creating a linguistic bias that benefits them at the expense of others. Okay, so for the conclusion, by exploring the use of appeal to authority in the spread and influence of English, it becomes clear that the language global dominance is not only a result of its utility, but also of strategic endorsement and policies. While English profit, while English provides opportunities, it also raises important questions about linguistic equity and cultural preservation. Okay, maybe that's all from me. So thank you for listening and see you next time.